So if you need a tutorial on how to use XLeads, what I'm gonna do today is show you exactly step by step as a beginner, what is XLeads, how you can use it, and why it's the greatest wholesaling software heading in to 2026. Again, for 97 bucks a month, this is the greatest software ever. And what it is when on my school calls, I did a live presentation on how to use XLeads. We try to give you the most uncensored version. Of course, in freewholesaling.com, we gave the whole shebang, but we had to edit it and filter out a little more on here. But this is exactly how you could start using XLeads right now, the greatest wholesaling software ever. And again, there's more advanced stuff we could talk about in XLeads. This is just for anybody looking into it. This is how you start using XLeads. What is XLeads and how you can start using it and why it's literally the best wholesaling software in the world? Again, XLeads is basically just an all-in-one wholesaling software. It starts about 97 bucks a month. You can get other higher price plans and stuff like that. But the whole point of XLeads is everything you do in wholesaling real estate is basically done inside of here. And so the whole point is this is version 3. Version 4 is going to be coming out in 2026. And what's really cool about it is it's basically a CRM, a texting platform, a dialer, your lead polling, free unlimited skip tracing. It's got your Dispo on there. It's got a deal board. It's an e-signing contract service too. And you can do a lot of great stuff on it too. We got cheap PPL leads. You can do your SEO site, stuff like that, triple line dialer, all that stuff right here. And so we get a lot of questions about, oh my gosh, what do I do? I just signed up for XLeads. What in the world do I do here? So the first thing I'll let everybody know about if you have XLeads is our daily onboarding Zooms. And so we do a daily onboarding Zoom for about 2 hours. Okay. 2 entire hours every single day, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Now, the number one question I get from people, especially in the school group, is, okay, Zach, well, who do I call for support? I need someone to go out here and I need to call them for my support. I have questions and I need it answered. Okay. So again, if you have questions, all right, this is very, 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 very important that we have 24-hour live support, which is really cool. We also have 24-hour Zoom support. And so there's going to be this little icon on the bottom right-hand corner right here. Okay. So if you have any XLeads related questions, okay, it goes right here. You click it and then you can use this button to drag it wherever you want. But all you do is just click it right here. You go right here to the support tab. Let's get a new one. So let's go make a new support tab, start a new session. And you can just basically say, I need help with A2P. And basically the AI is going to analyze their message and make sure it gets to the right person for the team. All right. And so I need a live person. I can't spell it all today, but the AI can figure that out. And so I'm basically going to say I need a live person. It's going to throw me in a queue here to talk to somebody absolutely live. And then from there, like you've seen in my previous messages, okay, well, guess what? You can go out here, schedule a Zoom, and you're good to go. So for example, you can do a booking link, and which is really cool here. You can go out here and book a live link right here for our tech support. So if it's the 10th on Tuesday, you can start scheduling it out and you can do it ahead of time. Or looks like we're booked out from the next day, but usually all these days you're free for a 15-minute Zoom where you can talk to anybody on our team, and we're more than happy to help you out here for anything XLeads related. So of course, live chat, you're good to go on here. Monday through Friday, we answer within 60 seconds, but 24/7, you get all of your live support and any of the questions you have answered right there. Now, from here, this is your leads tab. Now, it's very important to understand this is how pretty much any software works. If I want to pull a list in Topeka, Kansas, I can go search Topeka, Kansas, and it's like any other real estate data you're pretty much used to. You can go out here and start pulling the data and start talking to the leads. And so, which is really cool is if, for example, you click on an address, all the properties are going to be skip traced right here. So all the phone numbers pop up right here. So it's got free unlimited skip tracing and all the data you need to know about the property. Now, going into a really quick, if I search Topeka, I go to filters, I can filter out absentee owners, I can find cash buyers, zombie properties, delinquent taxes, all that stuff, vacant properties, which is really cool. Then from there, I can do market value. So if I want to pull a list, maybe not worth more than 300,000, and I want to make sure that there are vacant properties, and I can go out here and filter it out more. Lien types, right? You can go from deceased and you get the probate list from here. But again, single individual owners, trusts, I want to make sure they owned it for at least 4 years. And let's do like, I don't know, 60% equity, right? And you got all that data. Now we got a nice little niched out list of 353. And you can go pull that data and it's literally all in there, which is really, really awesome. The cool part is you get over 25,000 skip traces included on the basic plan, which is, I think, pretty dang cool. And then from there, you got all that data here. You can take all that, put under your leads right here, download the list, and then throw it into your contacts tab, which is right here. And you can import the list, which is really cool. So really cool thing I can actually do, because this is not on the tube, is I can actually pull the list for you and actually show you how to import it, which I can't ever show anywhere else. So that's actually pretty dang cool. So I'm going to export that data set. It's going to export right here, and it's going to do its live skip tracing. So it might take a second to go here. Then we're going to throw it on the contacts tab. Now, while we're waiting for that to go, anything else on this platform, you might want to pop up a property. If you want to go out here and get all the data, it's right here. One thing I really like is we have an AI analysis on pretty much anything with a property. So you have the Pro or X plan, it'll go out here and do some AI analysis, which is really awesome. This one's the Deal Ninja AI. So what's going to do is just do a property analysis. Go make sure it's all set up properly here. So again, what it's going to do, it's going to tell me this was a recent retail purchase, a poor wholesaling fit. So the AI is going to go out here and actually analyze the property, which is awesome. No distress singles, low potential, and then limited spread. So basically what the AI is doing, it's already looking at the mortgage spread versus how much you think you can wholesale it for. And it's going to throw out here an MAO for you. So really cool. No other wholesaling software does that. You can go out here and get all the data on the property that you want to know. Really cool. If you want to throw comps, you just go to comparables and it all pops up right here. And it's going to go through all of the individual MLS data. You can filter right here. Pretty dang cool. Now, you can also go out here and when you pull the list, again, pull the data set, download it, go into contacts tab right here, and you can import this list. Now, the reason you want to import this list right here is, if I'm going too fast, let me know. Just say it in the comments. But you're going to go out here and upload this data set. So I actually have to unzip the file. I'm going to unzip the file. I'm going to upload it right here. Update it. And basically what we're going to do right here is we are going to do first name. Recipient's going to be mailing address, so we skip that. And then from there we got city, so we're going to throw that into city. State's going to be state. And then zip code, we are going to put postal code. All right, there we go. Then from there, we're going to keep going down phone one. We're just going to put this under phone. Awesome. And then email one, we're going to throw email on here. And then phone two, we're going to put additional phones. And then the other one, we're going to do additional email. So additional emails. Perfect. Beautiful. And then that's pretty much all the info we really need on this. So we imported all the data set. So we're going to press next. And from there, we're going to name this list. So this, I'm not really going to call it a smart list. I'm just going to go out here and add a tag. And so tags are how you organize properties. Now, the cool part about tags is once you tag a property, it's automatically going to do whatever it really needs to do with the tag. So what I basically mean by this is if I tag the property AI SMS bot, the AI is already going to text it, and then it's going to text the sellers back unless it's motivated. And if it's motivated, then it's going to just throw it into your CRM for you. That one little tag will do all that stuff for you. It's already pre-built when you get XLeads. For example, if this was a landlord and you want to do AI SMS rights for landlord, you can throw that in there. What's really, really cool too is you can go down here, and if you want to give it a tag pre-foreclosure does nothing. It's just a tag. So I know that the whole list I pulled is all pre-foreclosures. It's just for my data organization. But if I want to go put this on a cold call list, all I'm going to do is throw it under Power Dialer. Now it's going to be under the dialer. Now it's going to confirm all the information. You're going to confirm. Then you're going to bulk import this data set. Now everything is in the contacts tab. Now, again, some people might be a little confused here on, okay, well, how does all this data set work? So again, the way I like to think about it is the contacts tab is just the Rolodex of all the contacts we need. And then the deal board, which is going to be right here, the deal board, which is going to be here. And then the deal board is basically going to be basically a board of all the wholesale deals that I have. So for example, I might have all my buyers, all my sellers, all my handyman or whatever. They're all going to be under contacts, right? Everything's under contacts. But I'll tell you this though, all right? Everything's going to be in contacts, which is cool. But everything that is a wholesale deal, like, hey, Zach, how many leads do you have? They're all going to be under your deal board. Now, the cool part is if I pop up Zachary again here, it's going to pop up his data in my contacts. So again, everything goes into contacts. And then from there, I'm going to put all of the data here, the address, all this important stuff in here, which is really awesome and really important. I can add more tags. opportunities, stuff like that, right? So again, once this lead turns out to be someone that is actually an opportunity, we're going to throw him under opportunities, which is going to be right here. Throw him into the wants to sell opportunity on the deal board, and that is going to throw him from a regular contact, a regular just lead in the marketing mill. So again, it's marketing, and then once they throw into acquisitions, they get thrown on the deal board on acquisitions. We have a ton of deal boards. On market's more of a marketing thing. JVs for your JVs, PPL for PPL, wholesaling for your wholesaling. The really cool part is, for example, if I have, the Zachary Ginn person right here and they're a lead. So what I'm going to do is I got their street address. I'm going to go here and go to contract info, start throwing some info. So let's say it's a lead, and let's say we agree to close on December 1st. I have an inspection period of 30 days. We have a $1,000 EMD and a $100,000 contract price. The seller again is Zach Ginn, 89 Dune Northeast lot 45th, something stupid. Then from there, closing due for the cash buyer. This is on the B2C side. I don't really care about this yet. So let's do this. Title company is going to be ABC Title Co. Cool. So I just saved all that info in there. So now that I go back to deal board, I might have this person under an appointment set. Now what I'm going to do is I have an appointment. So I'm going to add an appointment with this person. I'm going to book it on my personal calendar. Cool part is if you go to the calendars tab over here, you can actually connect your calendar to your personal Google Calendar, your Apple Calendar, whatever you use. I use Google Calendars, even though I am an Apple superiority man. Still, Google is connected with all my PCs and stuff like that. So I connect my personal calendar under calendar settings right here and go under connections. And I connect my calendar with all this stuff. This is my demo account though, which is really cool. Now, what's very important here is you go back to the deal board, and now he's an appointment set. So we're going to add an appointment and book it in my calendar. Cool part is my whole team knows it and it goes in my calendar. Very important. Reason two is if you go to your dashboard, when you go to your dashboard, you look at your company every single day. We have our getting started video, again, live support, all that stuff here, our lead distributions, right? We look at, okay, this is our wholesaling board. Okay, we have 2 leads in the wholesaling pipeline. It's very important to know this. One of the most important things we do in M2M, right? And in pretty much talking to any wholesaler is how many leads you got? How many follow-ups you got? This is important to know. What is the opportunity value that you have in there? Your current tasks, your outbound calls you got, your manual actions, your upcoming appointments for the week. You want to know that. And then your lead score report. And it's basically analyzing where all your leads are coming from. Very, very, very important here. So you go back to the deal board, and let's say we want to send this contract to the seller. The worst possible thing most wholesalers have is when they talk to these leads, they go out here and their person says, yes, I'll take your $200,000 offer. Most people flip out here and they're like, oh, what do I do? Just drag it under send contract to seller. And what happens if you go to contracts right here, a contract, if you go to document contracts, all documents and contracts right here, a PSA is signed and created right here. And all you got to do is just date it. So let's date it for today. All the info is already filled out right here, which is cool. So I'm going to go to save. I'm going to go to preview. Go right here. PSA stands for purchase and sale agreement. So it says between, oh yeah, my name's Zach Ginn, the buyer and the seller Zach. Okay, that's a little confusing, but obviously the info on the contracts right here, the EMDs right here, all this stuff, 30-day inspection period, all this stuff's right here. You just put the signature right here. It goes to them, goes to the seller, and basically you press send, and you can send it via link or document. So if you send via document, it's going to email them the e-signature, and it's going to basically look like this. One really cool thing XLeads does, which DocuSign doesn't, so you save $40 a month actually using this on DocuSign, is you can do email and SMS. So you can send an SMS for it to be e-signed. I don't know if any of you guys in here does e-signing with emails, but the really, really, really awesome thing is you can do emails and SMS. DocuSign does not do text e-signing, so you have the ability to do both on here, which is really awesome, and you get it e-signed. Now, let's say, for example, that deal now gets locked up under contract on the deal board. So what you're going to do is once it's signed, you're going to write it under contract. Cool part is, let's say this one's under contract. So the worst possible thing I say to wholesalers, and just they're very unorganized, it's like, hey bro, how many deals you got under contract? Oh, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4. Like, it's all in here. Zach, how many follow-ups do you have? If you drag someone to follow-ups, it's going to be followed every single dang day. Really cool. You have an assignment you want to send over, you can do it right here. An assignment of contracts can be sent out. And once it's closed, it's going to be set to close, and then you can delete it out of there. That is the main point. Now, basically, on the front end, it seems pretty simple, right? You sign up, you got all this stuff right here, you're good to go. What you can also do is, for example, is we have a whole army of automations on the back end here, basically running this entire thing. Cool part is you don't really need to even see it play with it and mess with it because all like being done behind the scenes. So for example, right, remember when we said we tagged a property? So again, I pulled this list from the leads, I threw in the contacts as power dialer, and we can start calling it. If I want to start using the power dialer, all I have to do is go to conversations, go to manual actions, and I can start cold calling. And I can use our single line auto dialer right here. It's around 927. You want to call them. And so basically you're able to cold call. But basically, you can cold call them right here. Their data pops up, and you can use our single line auto dialer. That roughly for the average person, it's based off of usage. So all these other dialers like $100, $150 a month for a single line auto dialer. The cool part is you get paid, you get charged based off of usage. And basically, what this means is if you use, let's say you cold call 25 hours a week, which is a ton, you're most likely going to be charged 30, 40, $50 a month. So it's a really cheap dialer. So that's kind of what we do here at XLeads. We want to give you the most expensive and high quality tools at the best price possible. And the cool part is we have all these automations. And so probably my favorite automation that we have on the calling section here that is really important when it comes to producing leads and stuff like that is if no one didn't answer the call, you can press no answer. Now, of course, it's going to bring to the next lead. But what we do is when somebody doesn't answer, we have a back-end automation here, which I'll show you what it looks like. So if you go to SMS right here, it's going to basically every single time somebody basically says no answer, it's going to drop an SMS. I want to buy your house for all cash. Can I give you an offer? So many wholesalers, when they call, let's say 3, 4, 5,000 leads in a month, no one answers. They just say, oh, whatever, right? Every dialer has that. They didn't answer, screw them, right? What we're able to do is if somebody doesn't answer, we leave them a text. So you're basically double dipping here, right? You're getting your leads on the front end on the calls, then you're hitting with a text on the back end. And the cool part is you're only texting leads that didn't answer the phone. So you're getting in front of as many people as possible. You're probably going to be able to get 20 to 30% more leads doing this. And that's what's really awesome about that end too. Now, got the calling. You can go out here and bulk, send a bunch of text out. We have a whole bulk drip sequence. You can send up to, I believe, 3,000 texts every single day, which for most people, 90 to 100,000 is plenty enough. And you do it all through here, which is really, really awesome. And so again, we got a ton of automations. You get all the tools you need, and you're pretty much all set to basically win here, right? Again, I don't really want to get into too many crazy, like confusing advanced things, but as a beginner right here, you got everything you need to get going on here. And so if I'm getting started here, the first couple things we got to do is right when we sign up for XLeads, we're going to be getting 2 emails. We're going to get an email to sign into the platform, and we're going to get an email to create our leads token. And so when you saw that, it wanted me to sign in. Basically, somebody in the XLeads team, they signed in on mine for a test special V4 project. Right when you're outside of a certain sphere of place, that's all I'm going to say. It usually boots you out of the system. The reason is we don't allow sharing across this. To keep XLeads at $97 a month, because I should probably charge $199 and then $300 a month and then $500 a month. The reason is we don't double all of our prices is because we make sure people don't share it on here. And so if you do that, you have a separate login for the leads section up here, right? And basically that's how you go and access it. The cool part is as long as you use the same basically IP address or if you use the same computer phone, you should be fine on there, or you have to re-log in with it. No big deal on that end. You're going to get 2 email access to access your leads account, and then 1 into the general basically CRM XLeads portion, but it's all in one, which is really cool here. So really quick, again, let's say you lock up a deal and you want to dispo it. If you have the Pro or the X plan, let's use this property in Topeka. The easiest way to dispo is pretty dang simple. So right here, it's probably the Brown versus Board of Education National Historic Site. Great. So basically what you can do here is, it's probably a historical property, honestly. You might, I wonder if you get more money for it because by historical site, I don't know. But basically, all you have to do is we have this thing called Buyer Match AI. And all you need to know about Buyer Match AI is if you click it right here, what it's going to do is it's going to use AI to find the most likely buyer for your deal. And so it's basically kind of when you get the whole Dispo suite. So if your property was a 2-1, it's going to look at other 2-1s and people buying that type of property in that type of area on a repeatable business pattern. And it's going to rank all the buyers around here in an awesome little cool fashion. So it's saying Trenda, Hummer Investments. These are the most likely buyers. Job 7 LLC right here. So what's really cool is Job 7 LLC, you get the corporate veil pierced. So you get the actual phone numbers of the person. You have commercial mobile skip tracing. You can tell this person is mainly buying in landlord. Let's go to Flipper. So mostly a landlord over in Kansas. And so you get their info right there. and you can find all the top buyer match right here, which is awesome. Again, you kind of look at a map here. These are all the top buyer activities. For example, Trenda Young seems like she is a gangster out here in Topeka. So again, the reason we did this was, I wonder where our said property was. Okay. So again, Brown versus Board of Education historical site right here. The reason why I said that is this is where the property's at. This Trenda Young lady, you see there's like thin properties. She has 4 rental properties. Again, this is her phone number. So don't dox her on here because everyone can basically see her phone number. But basically she owns 4 properties right here. She's already a little gangster out here. So you could probably just DM her and say, hey, you own all these rentals. How about you do like, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? It's like 6 or 7 streets over, same zip code. Would you want to buy this as a rental property? Of course she's going to want to, probably, right? So that's the point. The AI has identified that she is going to be the best buyer for our property. And it's really cool. XLeads can do that for you. And so again, overall, that is kind of how you use XLeads. Now there's a little more tools and stuff like that that you need to get started. Again, you go to settings. You can go out here to phone numbers, go add a phone number. So if you want to buy a phone number, you can go out here and use area code. So again, if I want to use the 786 area code, I can go match to first part number, go to 786 area code, and I can press apply. And all the Miami area codes are right there, and I can buy one for about $1.26 per month. So pretty cool. You buy a phone number, then you're ready to start calling. And then everybody's favorite thing in the world, A2P is here. A lot of people have asked me about, Zach, how do I get A2P approved? A2P is so stressful, so annoying. I don't know how to do A2P. What do I do? So I would probably tell everybody, if you want to get your A2P approved, right? The best possible thing you can do is go to the live chat right here, go to support, and when you get transferred to an agent, say, I need help getting my A2P approved. What do I do? And the live agent is going to tell you exactly what you need to do specifically step by step. You can even hop on a live Zoom and they'll go with a Zoom for you and show you exactly everything you need to do. They probably might even help you do the A2P for you, right? We are slowly bringing that out. We're giving it only for M2M people right now. We are slowly rolling out where possibly if we can expand it even more, I think we probably could. Our whole live support team will probably do it. So I'd say half our live support team will probably even do it for you right now, which is pretty cool. So you can do it right there. Also, again, I don't know. I'm saying this because I'm on a school live. I'm on a YouTube live, so I can kind of say this without getting in trouble. You can actually ask ChatGPT, hey, ChatGPT, the A2P question asked me this. What should I put if I'm a wholesaler? And it's going to tell you exactly what to copy and paste. We have our self-reported from our users. I've interviewed about 50 of them. They have about a 98% chance of getting their A2P approved because they asked ChatGPT what to say exactly. The problem with A2P comes when you're trying to guess it yourself. Now, again, there's some nuances. Oh, how do I go out here and buy basically with the WordPress, all these things? It's basically an hour onboarding, but it's basically another hour of questions. Really cool too. If you go to training and support, all in here too. Our training and support calls are all in here. But our daily onboarding will help you out a lot. And then most importantly, we have a ton of training on here. And so I would go through our A2P and Twilio help. And if you have a problem with your website or whatever, the A2P, right? Again, A2P should be about 30 minutes at most, especially if you hop on with a live agent. We're ready to go. So again, we get a lot of questions. Zach, can I talk to somebody on the phone? Well, let me know in the comments. Would you rather talk to somebody on the phone or talk to somebody on a Zoom? I think Zoom's way easier than a phone, which is pretty dang cool. So again, that is XLeads in a nutshell, showing all this stuff on here. The last thing I guess I could show you is the sites. So I'm like, well, Zach, do I have to go out here and make a website? No, you don't. We literally have an A2P compliant website. It's legit done all for you right here. So for example, it looks like this. So let me show you right here. So everyone who signs up for XLeads, and if it's not on there, we can add it on. You basically get an entire website with all the call to actions and all the click to actions and all that stupid stuff. It's all in here done for you. So literally everything's put in there for you. Okay. Everything. So the website, you just got connected to WordPress, pay for a WordPress, then boom, it's done for you. It's all here doing XLeads. If you have any other questions, let me know. I'm more than happy to help you out.